Guys, so we have an urgent information coming out. The bear leader Putin deploys hypersonic missile that could nuke Europe. As tensions rise between the bear and the US, Putin has threatened Europe, stationing a huge nuclear equipment in neighboring Belarus that could cause major damage. Now, I want to show you something really quick here, guys. This information is coming out today. Once again, please share the video. The bear country announces launch of Oreshnik missile. All right. So Donald is talking about the US nuclear submarines, not one but two, and you have Putin. He's bringing up the Oreshnik. Now, these are very powerful equipments. This is like end-time apocalyptic Armageddon stuff. And, yeah, things are not looking good between the sleeping giant and the bear. None of these two is backing down. And so, again, back in 2022, Putin said that he's willing to use some very powerful nukes and that he's not bluffing. Alright guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters, a prayer request, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. And for those of you that want to help and support the channel, we do have the Cash App link and a PayPal link in the comments box and also description box. Thank you so much for your support. We're going to start with this one here. So, the bear country has claimed that the first serialized Oreshnik system was allegedly already in service. Now, this was announced by Putin, the leader, during a meeting with Belarusian leader Alexander. Now, the bear added that the bear country and Belarusian expert had already chosen a location for the future deployment of the complex in Belarus. Currently, they are preparing sites to receive Oreshnik. Now, Oreshnik is very powerful stuff, guys. Very powerful stuff. What in the world? I'm sorry, I'm looking at this picture. I'm trying to figure out what this picture is. I'm not trying to show nothing in this platform because this platform is really strict. So it says here, most likely we will close this issue by the end of the year, Putin said. So the bear used the Oreshnik missile for the first time on November 21st, 2024 during a strike on Dnipro. They used Oreshnik because they got hit. Again, Joe gave the green light and Ukraine fired long range and it hit the bear country. The bear responded back with Oreshnik, and boy, that was really bad. And that's the last time NATO or Ukraine fired long range towards Russia. That was the last time. So it says here, after the strike, the Kremlin leader actually confirmed that the combat test of a new type of weapon. Since then, the bear politicians and the media have systematically used the topic of this missile as a tool of intimidation, warning to use it again. Oreshnik is a mid-range, surface-to-surface ballistic missile that is likely an upgraded version of the RS-26. It is assumed to be capable of carrying both nuclear and conventional warheads. Little is known about the technical characteristic of the system, and according to the bear authorities, the missile is allegedly capable of hitting targets at speeds of up to 10 knots. And its maximum range can reach 5,500 kilometers. As a reminder, in May, the president of Ukraine, Zelensky, instructed the provision of separate funding for Ukraine ballistic missile program. Now, here's another thing, guys. There's no missile defense system that could stop Oreshnik. Give me a second here. I'm trying to pause. There is no missile defense system that could stop Oreshnik. It just, it falls from the atmosphere. It just goes up in the atmosphere and then it comes down raining like fire. There's nothing that could stop it. Once again, this is the one Oreshnik missile that could wipe out, Europe. As tensions rise between the Bear and the US, Putin has warned Europe, stationing a huge nuclear equipment in neighboring Belarus that could cause major damage. And by the way, the one that they fired in November, it didn't have nuclear warheads. It didn't have no nuclear warheads. Alright, so Vladimir has made a chilling warning as tensions between the Bear and the West rise. Vladimir has deployed a nuclear that could literally wipe out those regions. And Donald deployed 2 nuclear subs. Canadian prepper said that is over 200 nuclear missiles. I'm like, what? Are you serious? Is that much? Tensions between the Bear and the West have been rising once again as Moscow continues its biblical war against Ukraine. Now, here's the thing, guys, and I'm going to keep saying it. That's their problem. That's their business. This war going on in the Mideast, this war going on in other places, but you don't see the sleeping giant getting involved in that. But for some reason, we have to get involved in this one. And Donald said it. He said it last year, that he's not going to drag us into this biblical war. What did Donald say? This is not my war. This is Joe. But it seems like Donald's going to step into the arena and he's going to drag the sleeping giant into this biblical war that there's no turning back. Sleeping giant leader has given Putin until the end of next week to call for a cease plan. Otherwise, a major packages of sanctions will be slapped onto the Bear already crippled economy. Now, there's another thing too. The Bear said, if their economy collapses, they're going to bring everyone down with them. Everybody's coming down. The Bear said the reason why everybody's coming down, because this was a military operation and everybody stuck their nose and got involved in it. So everybody's coming down with them. So again, that was back in 2022, 2023. A major escalation was seen on Friday, August 1st, when Donald ordered for submarines to be taken to their relevant position in response to major comments from the former leader, Dmitry. Now, the Bear leader has upped the ante as he deployed nuclear missiles to the Bear neighboring and close ally, Belarus. There's another reason why. It's because of Kaliningrad. I think that's the name, Kaliningrad, right? You had top U.S. officials said that we could take Kaliningrad, and that's the Bear territory. On Friday, Vladimir announced that the Bear had begun the production of its newest set of Oreshnik to use against Ukraine in its ongoing war. The missile will then be deployed to Belarus, which shares its southern border with Ukraine itself. WW3 warning as Doomsday clock for nuclear is moving in the wrong direction. Yep, Donald nuclear subs order comes as a key time as Vladimir fleet disrupted. Well, let's get involved, guys. Let's get involved. Let's put on the camouflage. Let's go on the front line and help Ukraine. Everybody's going to help Ukraine. We got to help the yellow and blue country. I don't know why they need help. The numbers came out. Donald put the number. Donald said over 100,000 of the Bear soldiers has been taken out in 2025 and 8,000 of Ukrainian soldiers taken out in 2025. They don't need help. They doing great without us. Speaking to journalists, Vladimir, together with Belarusian leader Alexander, reaffirmed that the plans for the missile to be moved to Belarusian territory in a huge blow for Ukraine. Vladimir added, preparatory work is ongoing, and most likely we will be done with it before the year's end. Oreshnik have already been used in strikes on Ukrainian targets, including a weapons factory in Dnipro in central Ukraine last November, Euronews reported. The factory had been key to Ukraine's ability to produce these equipment as it had been established, whilst Ukraine was still a member of the SU. Now it says here, on top of this, Vladimir was quick to hail the warheads for their inability to be intercepted and offer sharp and precise targets. Now he went on to claim that should war break out between Moscow and the West, an Oreshnik would take just 11 minutes to reach air bases in Poland and 17 to NATO headquarters in Brussels. That's the reason why they're urging the population to stock up, get stuff ready in the UK and Finland and Sweden. All those regions, they've been sounding the alarm with the PSA, public service announcement, to stock up. And no, this is not a fear-mongering video, but again, you guys already know, all these info is legit. They urge millions out there to stock up. And that WWE3 is around the corner. Even Donner himself said that we're going to be dragged into this biblical war. However, many military experts have been keen to stress that the Oreshnik full military capability are yet to be fully proven, and that the rhetoric could be being blown out of proportion. So it says here, the Bear Oreshnik campaign has been anything but smooth, as they launched from its military base in Kazakhstan, saw the warhead break apart within minutes of launching. The Bear and Belarus have been clear allies, as Minsk served as a base for the Bear military troops to help invade Ukraine from the north in 2022. Since then, Lukashenko, whom many international leaders refuse to recognize as the legitimate leader of the country, has coaxed security guarantees out of Moscow, including the potential for nuclear. They don't recognize Lukashenko as leader. It's funny, here in the Sleeping Giant, we don't recognize Joe being the leader. So, again, what happened a few years ago, I don't think Joey received 80 plus million, votes. I just don't see that. So, it's just common sense. People that has eyes to see and ears to hear. We know what happened that year. It's just baloney stuff that took place. So you have the Bear Gov recently revised its plans for its nuclear missile, bringing Belarus into its sphere of protection as ties between the two nations continue to grow. The Bear has not publicly revealed how much artillery had been deployed to Belarus, but Lukashenko, who has brutally ruled over Belarus since it gained independence in the 1990s, said it has several dozen warheads at its disposal. Now, he does have the nukes, but he doesn't have the button. The one that has the button is Putin. It comes as Donald continues to count down. It's the final count. Well, we're not there yet. The final countdown is August 7th. The countdown, the days until he imposes huge economic sanctions on Moscow while preparing to send very powerful equipment to Ukraine. Tensions are set to only worsen as the two world superpowers begin to lose patience with each other, only heightening the possibility of a third all-out biblical war. WW3. That's where we at right now. That is where we at. You have very powerful equipment, nuclear submarines, and Oreshnik. Again, the signs are out there. And Donald said we are ready to go to nuclear war with the bear. Okay, so do me a favor, hit that like. The more like, the better. The platform will actually share the video. And I want to thank every single one of you for your support, either through Patreon, PayPal, or Cash App. Thank you so much. Your support truly helps out. Check out the videos I posted today. The link will be in the comments box. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. For those of you that want to send us letters, a prayer request, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. Once again, guys, $5 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream once a week. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on the platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put faith and trust in Jesus Christ, for He's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.